Hello, everyone, my YouTube subscribers and my subscribers to be. I'm your host, Josie Latimer, coming to you with an update on an inside source of the MALEAH Davis story. Please forgive me. I do have a cold, but I wanted to bring this to you today because today was the court date for Darian Vance. However, it was rescheduled. But I had an inside source tell me exactly what actually went on with that case. And the inside source told me that Brittany Bowens actually knew what was going on. Everyone else felt the same way. Also, the inside source told me that timeline was off with when Brittany Bowens said that she had went to her father's funeral. The inside source said that Brittany Bowens was jealous of MALEAH Davis because of the relationship she had with her father, and she really wanted to get back with her father, which is why she actually didn't care too much about the baby, because she knew if something would happen to that baby, he would be very distraught. And the reason actually the father didn't have anything to do with it because they did have control over the baby. So he actually couldn't let that baby. When he went there, I asked the inside source, I said, well, when he went to that house, why didn't he get that baby? And the reason why he didn't get the baby was because he had no control over that situation. That was why he couldn't make her come with him, because of the fact that they actually had control over MALEAH Davis. And so he couldn't do anything but just walk away, no matter how bad he wanted to. And the inside source told me that she had always been beating on that baby, and that was why the baby actually was not supposed to be in the presence. Also, the inside source told me on Friday that more is going to come out, and Brittany Bowens will be charged with something because she knows what happened. And the inside source told me that Darian Vance actually didn't want to get back with her, with Brittany Bowens, and that was the reason she would abuse that baby. And as we all know, that Brittany Bowens stood there on TV with Cornell X and said that she knew what was going on. Because if she didn't know what was going on, don't you think she would have yelled in front of the camera saying, oh no, I didn't say that? But she didn't do that. She let him tell what he had heard from her. Now, all of this stuff is allegedly, except for what I heard when I actually heard from this source myself when I was visiting someone. And actually, I was visiting my sister, and it's someone that knew someone, and they happened to be there. And we just started talking about the case, and they are friends with the family. So they said that Brittany Bowens, another thing that inside source told me, she told me from her lips to my ears that the mother and the family didn't want to have anything else to do with her because they felt that she knew what happened to that baby. So yeah, I heard it from the inside source, something similar to what I've been hearing lately is that the reason they are resetting the trial is because of the fact that there's still, as I said in my other videos that you'll see online, that the only way they could charge Brittany Bowens is that they have that solid evidence. So they're still looking for the solid evidence to charge her. The inside source says she will possibly be charged with something because of the fact that she knew what went on. Even if they can't prove that she actually murdered that baby, but they can prove that she know what went on because she allowed him to abuse the baby. Because when Cornell X again said that she told him that the baby had been getting bathed without her permission. The baby, he possibly had been beating the baby and been mistreating the baby, Why in the hell would she stand there on TV and let a man tell her that unless he was telling the truth? So in that particular case, I do feel that Cornell X is telling the truth. He's close with the law and he wouldn't lie about something like that, especially on national television with her standing there right next to him. So he was smart by having her standing there because she actually told the world that she did tell him that, because she didn't yell and say, oh no, don't say that. I didn't say that. She sit right there and let him. Another thing is she was jealous of the baby. That's what the inside source said. She was jealous of the baby because of the closeness that the baby and the father had. Excuse me. And that was why she really didn't care what happened to that baby. So yes, everybody's pretty much right, because what mother wouldn't know what's going on with their child? What mother wouldn't know? So I do feel that eventually, it could be years from now, but eventually they will charge her with something, because she did tell Cornell X that on TV in front of everyone. And we haven't heard anything else from the mother, have you guys? Everybody just got ghosts and just went away from her. Because I think after her mother was on that news report saying, oh, he was riding around in a circle and it was raining that night at the airport. And I was like, why is that lady taking up for her daughter when her granddaughter is missing? Actually, at that point, I did remember Brittany Bowens' mother saying that I don't know what's going on. So the inside source said later, when she found out what actually did go on, all of the family just dissed her. They just moved away from Brittany Bowens and didn't really want to have anything to do with her. This is what I heard. So now I do think that Inside Source was right, because they rescheduled the trial today. And I was saying in my mind, if they have that trial today, that means that they're really thinking that it was just Darian Vince that committed the murder. But when they keep putting it off and putting it off, that means they're doing more investigations to bring more people into this situation, into this murder. More murder suspects, more people of interest. So that's where it is. So we'll see what happens next month. And I noticed on the news they didn't really even talk about it either too much. You know, they really didn't talk about it as much. And the case just kind of went cold. Whenever things get silent pretty much and it's not just blasted everywhere, that means they're doing their homework and they have more work to do. So yes, I think the inside source was right when she said Brittany Bowens was jealous because the baby daddy, MALEAH Davis' father, didn't want her anymore. He had moved on and she really wanted him back. He didn't want her. So she was angry and she would beat that baby. And so when he went to pick up the kids, well, Darian Vince didn't let him take MALEAH Davis because he couldn't forcibly take her because of the fact that he didn't have any power and any control over his own daughter, because they had control over her. And with him being a nice person, he didn't put up any stink, because so much had been going on around that situation with the baby and CPS and so forth and so on. So the inside source that I met at my sister's house did have some close scoop, because she's a friend of the family and she know exactly what she's talking about. She did say more investigations would be going on, and I guess they are, because the trial didn't come today. She did say that Brittany Bowens again was jealous of MALEAH Davis and her daddy. She did say that the family dissed her because they felt that she knew what was going on. And she did say that the timeline was off when her father had already passed. And so on the timeline thing, I was telling her, I said, well, I don't know about that, because I would have thought the investigators would have already put two and two together, that if her father had already passed a week before MALEAH Davis died, they would have known that Brittany lied about going on the particular day that she said she went. But maybe they're still doing investigations. I don't know. So, anyway, what do you guys think? I'm so sorry I'm not showing my face on this audio because I do have a serious cold, as you could tell with my voice and me coughing a lot. But I just wanted to bring the update on MALEAH Davis' story. We must not forget her. We will never forget her. That baby didn't deserve to die, and justice has to be served. And no one should walk away free. Whoever was involved with the tampering of the body, with dumping the body off, or knowing what went on, all of these people are still being investigated. And it's not just Darian Vance, because if it was, they would go ahead and just go ahead and do the trial and get this stuff over with. But it's not that easy, you guys. So with that, I'm going to end my audio commentary. Please click like, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to be coming back with more on the MALEAH Davis story. I just wanted to bring you that inside scoop that I received personally on Friday evening. Thank you. Click like, share, and subscribe. Justice for MALEAH.